everyone, thank you so much for coming back and joining me. Now in tonight's video I wanted to come on and talk about Thor because we now have a title reveal, you know, from the Comic-Con announcement from Taika Waititi, who is, you know, returning. Of course he done Thor Ragnarok. I have already done a video talking about that and I'm really happy that he was returning. So that's what we're going to be talking about in tonight's video. We are going to be talking about Thor, Love and Thunder. So let's just go ahead and get this video started. So we got a title reveal, of course, at Comic-Con, which is, it's not going to be called Thor 4, as you know, a lot of us were hoping it wasn't going to be, you know, because, you know, it's a bit of a tongue tie, Thor 4. But Taika Waititi, you know, of course is, you know, returning for this, and it is going to be called Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, for me, I'm not fussed on the title. What do you all think? Let me know down in the comment section. But I just think, you know, that they could have came up with a better title in my opinion. To me, actually, Thor 4, as terrible and bland as that might have been, I think that would have been better than this. But never mind, that is the title and, you know, it can't be changed. And of course this movie is going to be coming out on the 5th of November 2021, you know, which we now know. And we are again getting Tessa Thompson, and then there was the surprise that we are getting the return of Natalie Portman, who plays Jane. Now, what I wanted to quickly say was when she came out on stage and, you know, they done the whole announcement and everything that, you know, she was returning, you know, after all this time. It kind of looked kind of like she was feeling a bit embarrassed. Now, I don't know if anybody else caught up on that, but I will bring up a couple of pictures. And she did kind of look like she kind of didn't want to kind of hold the Mjolnir, you know, because when Taika Waititi handed her it, it kind of also looked really cheesy. It looked almost like he was engaging to her, you know, handing her the Mjolnir and just sort of, I don't know, it just looked a bit much to me. And then when she was holding it, she just kind of looked a bit sort of like out of place. Now on stage, Tessa Thompson said something that just really bothered me and has really annoyed me and has made me really very much disinterested in this movie now. And Thor is actually my favourite Avenger. He's not my favourite in Marvel, he's my favourite Avenger. Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch Cumberbatch, sorry, I can barely speak, guys, is my favourite Marvel character overall. So I really do absolutely love Thor. And she actually said, you know, as the new king of Asgard, I'm going to be seeking, you know, a queen or whatever it was that she said, which to me kind of would make you think, so is it going to be Natalie Portman, is it going to be Jane? And then that would also make me think, and that would make, you know, like the suggestion that, you know, she has a thing for, you know, the most powerful seat in Asgard but not the people. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be, I wonder what way that's going to work. It sort of seems like that's what they're suggesting, you know, those two on stage together, and that's what's going to be happening. No, I mean, I know some people didn't like her playing Jane at all in the past, so some people I know aren't going to be happy with this news. But I actually did already like her anyways, and of course I love her from Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan, I love Padme. But I actually kind of already knew that she was going to be in this movie, and the reason why is because she turned up at the premiere for Avengers Endgame, and that sort of made me think, you know, there's always a reason behind things, so there's no reason why she's just there, you know, randomly. So it is likely that she's going to be returning. So I thought, I wonder is it going to be in this Thor 4 movie? Obviously at the time I didn't know what this was going to be called. You know, let me know in the comments what you even think of the title. I don't know, I just think it was kind of lazy and they kind of just, like, you know, threw it together and put it out, you know, instead of actually giving us a really, you know, sort of good title. I don't want to see Thor as the Thor that he shouldn't have been in Avengers Endgame. I don't even know what they were thinking. Thor was never fat in the comics, and you can say whatever you want to say, guys, and if you think he was and you have proof, please send it to me. And if you do have proof, I can guarantee you it's something that Disney has rolled out since they've got their hands on Marvel. And I'm just really hoping that Thor is going to have like all the powers of Stormbreaker in the new movie, because if not, I don't know, it's just, I'm just so disinterested in Marvel in general at this stage. Just day by day, you know, it's making me so less disinterested. And even Tessa Thompson, I did something yesterday that I don't know why I wasted my time, but for a laugh, through means of not having to pay, of course, I watched it for free. Men in Black International, of course, Tessa Thompson's in that, and it was an awful movie, and all she done the whole way through, it was like, it wasn't as bad as Ghostbusters 2016 with Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, but it was really bad. It was just, you know, you're dumb, I'm smart, you know, the whole way through the movie. And if you want me to do a review on that, let me know. But throughout that movie, they kept referring to Tessa Thompson as Queen, you know, and then she said something in the movie, like, I can't remember word for word, guys, but it was something like, yes, all women are queens in the world, or something like that, or like, all women are queens, you know, and she was just constantly, you know, dumbing down, you know, Chris Hemsworth, you know, God of Thunder. So, of course, this is what's going to happen again in this movie. Of course, there's going to be pandering. I think it's going to be Natalie Portman and Tessa Thompson having this lesbian, full-on relationship. I think that's what's going to be happening, and it's going to just make Thor look really, really weak, just like he was dumbed down in Endgame along with Hulk. Those two are like extremely, extremely strong, and instead of showing them at full power, what did they do? They had Hulk in Endgame taking selfies. They had, you know, Thor being fat Thor, which doesn't make any sense because it never happened in the comics, and it completely dismantled and destroyed the whole point in his whole lore, his whole mythology. Just, it was a disaster. For me, Thor and Hulk was the worst parts, but mainly Thor. I've already said in my videos before in the past, you know, Thor is literally Marvel's version of Superman. I've said this at least 2 or 3 times in my videos in the past when I've been talking about Marvel, and what really annoys me is people actually try to say to me in video comments on my videos that Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, is way, way stronger than Thor and she would be able to defeat Thor. And that's exactly what I say to them sometimes. I just say, no way, he's Marvel's version of pretty much Superman, and so he is, and that's just the best way that I can sort of like describe it to people. But I think Chris Hemsworth really, be all and end all, he needs to get a new agent. He needs to stop being, allowing them to dumb him down so much. And it's not just in Marvel. Look at Men in Black. Look at Ghostbusters 2016. Sorry guys that I had to mention that atrocity again on my channel. I really apologise. But I am just getting sick in general of the wokeness and the pandering. You know, I'm all for someone wanting to make something different and trying to switch things up, or trying to make a woman look powerful and yada yada, but it's just the way Marvel's going. It's just so bad, and they're literally, someone's handed them a spade and they're digging the hole themselves. And you know, Kevin Feige and all was doing so well, we're all doing so well with these movies in the MCU, and you know, they're really going down the wrong route with this whole wokeness. And you know, it's ever since Disney you know, took over, but you know, they're obviously letting them, you know, say, oh, do this, do that, you know, have a woman in there, you know, have Brie Larson turn up out of nowhere just because, you know, and make everybody else look stupid. You know, all these people who have been, you know, busting their asses off for the past 10 years in these movies, and have her turn up out of the you know, in the middle of nowhere at the last minute just because she's a woman, or a woman, or whatever you want to call it. I am sick to death of it, guys. I really am, and it's getting to the stage where, as a fan of Marvel, and all the rest of us as fans of Marvels, you know, I can't speak for anybody else, but we're going to have to get to a stage where if we're getting so annoyed by this, we're going to have to make a decision and say to yourselves, are we going to support Marvel anymore? And if they carry on going down this extreme woke path, we should just walk away, because, you know, we are actually handing them our money to keep creating more wokeness. You know, and it kind of doesn't make sense, you know, and I was really looking forward to this, but Chris Hemsworth is allowing it to happen. He's allowing pandering to be going on. It's taken away from Thor, it really, really is. And if they make him look weak again and don't have him at full strength, then that is just a disaster area waiting to happen. And you know, I am happy that there is so many people that did get and did understand that Thor did not make any sense in Endgame. Now yes, there was, you know, some idiots that thought otherwise, and like, I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to try and be horrible or be cruel, but if you actually thought that how Thor was portrayed in Avengers Endgame, now I don't mean that you thought he was funny and that you enjoyed it, you know, that fair enough, right? I can't take that away, right? But if you actually thought that it made sense for who he is as a character and against his Thor and, you know, lore, sorry, and mythology, then I do kind of question if you know anything about Thor, and I do question if you are actually a fan of Thor. And I'm not meaning that to sound like really rude or condescending, I'm just being bluntly honest, because that was not Thor. That should never have been Thor. Explain to me how that it actually made sense, him as a character in Endgame. I can tell you the answer. It didn't. It freaking well didn't. Fat Thor, heck to the freaking well no. Taika Waititi, I was, you know, excited about, you know, in a way I kind of wasn't, because now it's pushed back the movie Akira that he's been working on, so that's going to take longer now, that's been pushed back. But at the same time, I thought he did really good on Thor Ragnarok, but the way that they're getting on stage and the way Tessa Thompson's getting on, she's like the new Brie Larson, honestly, and I'm bored. I like snooze fest, just stop. Anyways, no one at Marvel's listening to my advice quite clearly, so I'm just going to give up with this video at this stage and move on. But yeah, it's not really give me anything to be excited about, to look forward to this movie. If anything, it's put me off, because it's going to be, you know, an LGBT movie. It's just a movie, whole movie for pandering. And if they are doing that, why didn't they just make a series or like a movie, or as I say, a series of Tessa Thompson and Natalie Portman, and have that all for pandering, you know, like the way Batwoman's going to be, and the way they're marketing it so heavily because they know that no one wants to watch it. Look at the like to dislike ratio on any of those trailers that's been brought out. So, you know, why didn't they do that? And then people at least know what they're getting. But what about us, the fans? You just don't know, you just don't care about us. That's the thing, you just don't care. It's the same with Star Wars, you just don't care. So you're not going to listen, you're not going to not do this movie without all the pandering nonsense in it. So, as for the moment, I'm not interested in this movie, unless you can prove to me otherwise, that you aren't going to have all this massive nonsense in there. But let's face it, she said it on stage, and if anybody can't take that from what she stated on the stage, about, oh, I'm the new king of Asgard and I'm going to be looking for my queen, then wow, I seriously worry for you. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I don't think the title's great. It's coming out on the 5th of November 2021, and it's going to be full out woke, and Chris Hemsworth seriously needs to get a new agent. That's all I have to say about this, guys. Let me know what you think, and until my next video, don't forget that the Force will be with you always.